This series of tapes, Information versus Misinformation, were recorded from classes this year by the Grand Master, Dr. Malachi York, known to us as Naya Malachi Zaduk El, our own Pharaoh, Amanubi Dakata. These tapes were released in part so that you may listen and learn the profound facts as taught by the man of this hour. And now listen to the dynamic teachings of the Grand Master, Naya Malachi Zaduk El.
When you only give one type of knowledge, they have to pinpoint. But when you're a person like me who try to cover everything, there's so many ways that they can play that game that you left. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ways they can attack me. The Muslims hate me. Why? I don't know full of crap. They say, how you know I'm full of crap? Because I was Muslim. And I remember when I was Muslim, I was full of crap. That's how I knew I was full. I knew it, so you knew it. Now, you want to tell you how I know you're full of crap? I can go that way too. You don't want to talk about Muslims full of crap? Yeah? These are two very important words. One is called qabla. Say it. Qabla. The other one is ba. This one is before, and this one is after. You got me? This is the main two words that starts the whole Muslim world. You know why? Because the Muslims have a tendency to say that all the prophets were Muslims. Correct? I know that because I was Muslim and I taught it. They say Abraham was a Muslim. They say Jesus was a Muslim. They say Moses was a Muslim. Right? But they cannot prove it. If you say to a Muslim, show me anywhere in the Old Testament, in any language, where Abraham is called a Muslim, you can't do it. What he can do, and this is not a Quran, this is a Bible, is he can go to the Holy Quran and say, see, in the Holy Quran, it says Abraham was a Muslim. And I know this word to say, was the Holy Quran before or after the Bible? Let's do it again. Was the Holy Quran Ba'd or Qabla the Torah? Was it before or after the Torah? They will have to admit that the Quran is 1,400 years old, which means it came way after the Bible. So now, if I am holding the Bible in my hand, how difficult is it for me to write a book and say that everybody in this book is Muslim? Did you get that? As long as there is a New Testament with a story of Jesus called Isa, then it's easy for me to take this and write the Quran and say Isa is a Muslim. Because the Quran came after the Injil. So they can say Dawood is a Muslim. David. You with me? But show me anywhere, and don't give me the Quran because that's your book. You wrote it. You made it up 1,400 years ago after reading the Bible. But show me one place in the Torah where Abraham is called a Muslim. Now the Quran says Abraham's father, and they used the wrong name, Azar, which represents a code of dress, Abrahamic wear, was an idol worshiper, and that Abraham went up against his father. I know that because I was a Muslim when I told it. But it's only backed by Quran. You cannot find it in the Torah. There's no story in the Torah of Abraham having a conflict with his father, whose name was Terah, not Allah, and him saying to Nimrod, make the sun rise in the east. None of that is in the Torah. You wrote it in your own book and made it up. And then had to get rid of the crucifixion story, you follow that? To make yourself sound unique. Make up lies and even made mistakes. Got Mary, Moses' sister, and Mary, Jesus' mother mixed up. And won't even admit to it that you got mistakes there. But whoever was copying the Quran did not study the Torah well. You got people mixed up. You got Haman in Egypt, and Haman was a virgin under Ahasuerus during the time of Esther, which the brother's going to talk about. Story of Easter. They made another mistake. You got countless Arabic mistakes because the Quran is not an Arabic book, it's an Hebrew book. But you put in your own language and it confuses you. It is a Hebrew book because you are saying that Adam, Noah, Enoch, Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Luqman, and all of these men were Muslims, and they were all Hebrews. You got almost 5,000 years away from it, had the Bible in Arabia, created your own religion, Islam. And then say, well, they're all Muslims because they live in peace. Buddhists live in peace amongst Buddhists. Hare Krishnas live in peace amongst Hare Krishnas. Christians live in peace amongst Christians. So just by virtue of the fact that you say they live in peace, or they're ones who submit, Yoruba submit to the god Shango. They're not Muslim to you. The word is before and after. They have come after all the writings, wrote their own books. You follow that? And make it look like it's before. That's why I translated the Quran, so you can see that it's a worthless book. Muslims are mad. I got a contract out on my life because I step on their lips. Because I won't let them come to America and sway my people into ignorance, into Arab worship. Because they want us to want to be Arabs. They want us to worship Saudi Arabians. They want you to dress like Saudi Arabians. They want the Native Americans to throw down thousands of years of customs and traditions and dress and look and learn their language. You understand what I'm saying? And you're so good at it that Elijah Muhammad, with all he had to offer, Islam was holding him back. He was very intelligent. He definitely had a business strategy, but the word Islam and Muslim held him back. And the power struggle between his followers after him for authority destroyed the nation. Noble Ali, the prophet, had so much to offer, but Islam held him back. Dissension inside his own temples with rivalry men wanting to be the leaders resulted in his assassination. You with me? Islam is brought to this country to hold you back. They don't want you to know nothing about Ethiopia. Coptic Christians existed in Egypt before the invasion of Arabs in the 7th century. There was no Arab in Egypt before the 7th century. So Egypt is not an Islamic country. Neither is Ethiopia, or Kenya, or Ghana, or Nigeria, or Morocco, or Tunis, or Libya, or Algeria. None of those are Islamic countries. Berber from Barber means barbarians. Savages who came over and spread their religion by a sword. We were practicing Christians and doing fine. And the Messiah and his mother was a black Madonna. So don't pull that we were worshiping a white Jesus as Christians, not in ancient Egypt, because you can find the Madonna story as Isis and Horus, a black statue. Not black by color, but black by race more. The same story with her breastfeeding her sons on 1,000,000 statues. Long before Michelangelo, catch the name, the angel Michael, decides to give it a new race. And the Russians, the Germans, and all of the different Nordic races had no problem worshiping a black Madonna. The Pope bows down to one right now. That's right. They know the history of the Tama Hu. The Tama Hu is the Egyptian word out of Seti I's temple for the making of the Caucasian race. That they are our children. And parents don't hate their children. They know they're your children. You follow? If that's racism, then it's racism. It happens to be a fact.